So Real Madrid trying to hijack Cunha. You got Elanga still being linked with Newcastle and Jose Mourinho in for a Forest player. Welcome to your transfer roundup. Evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to the transfer roundup, where I'm going to take you through all the latest transfer news, rumors, and gossip. And yeah, let's see if Forest can actually sign some players, because this is now starting to drag. So if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you're new to Forest Fan TV. And yeah, get your hellos in. How you guys feel? How you doing to the heat if you're in the UK? Evening, Curtis. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're well. Martin's in the house as well. Evening. Not all bad news regarding transfer activity. Yeah, I want some players in, man. Like, come on, it's getting a bit boring. But it is what it is. The news is the news. We just have to report on what's happening, right? Let me get all my screens up. Evening, Doug. Hope you're well. Evening, Sean. Evening, everybody. Considering two of them have already signed contracts, I don't know what you're going on about. Only one has, man. Igor Jesus is signed. So let me give you the quick background on these three players. I know I've said it a billion times, but honestly, all right, I'll just say it. Okay, so Igor Jesus, Cubana, and who's the other one? Jair Cunha are the three that Forest are interested in from Botafogo. Now, Igor Jesus is with a separate agent to the other two, okay? We know, I'm telling you, Igor Jesus signed 2 weeks ago. He's done and dusted. The other two, the reports are coming through, not from me, but from the likes of Romano. He tweeted the other day to say that Igor Jesus and Jair Cunha, you can consider them, I think his words were, Forest players, all right? And then literally the next day, all the reports come out about Jair Cunha wanting to stay at Botafogo, which we'll cover, okay? Cubano has not been done. Oh, and by the way, Texter has said as well that those two players are done, but that was a week or so ago. Cubano is the one that's not close, because Brighton are in for him. Forest is still keen on him, but they haven't even agreed terms with him as far as I know. Okay, so the one I'm telling you that I'm guaranteeing you is Igor Jesus. Romano is the one, when we've reported the other ones, he's the one who's been saying it's done with Jair Cunha. And things are changing with him rapidly, okay? Let's get some hellos in. Roy, what you saying? Hope you're well, buddy. BTB Sport reporting 100 mil for Cunha. Which Cunha? Evening, Mark. Hope you're well. Big up to you, Forest Lion, with the £2. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare, because that would work. Shout out to you. I'm not even reading that out. Okay. So the other news we'll cover, I'll give you quick headlines here. Elanga with Newcastle. Now, I'll say off the bat, I'm being told Elanga, Gibbs White, Murillo, none of them, there's zero plans for them to leave. But there's loads of reports still coming out from the Newcastle camp to say that they're confident that they're going to get Elanga over the line. There's talks about this Harvey Barnes deal, which we'll cover off in a minute as well. Some kind of weird swap deal, even though swap deals don't really exist in football anymore. And then you got Jose Mourinho, who wants Jota Silva. And apparently some deal is being discussed there as well. So I don't know what that stands for, man. I don't know what that stands for. Douglas Luiz, I haven't got anything new for you apart from rumours. Forest is still very interested in him, but Manchester United are also interested in him, and as are Leeds as well. I can't give you anything substantial on him apart from we're interested. By the way, we're being linked to a lot of the same players as Man U. 3-star says, trust the transfer process. It worked out last season. Yeah. Eze is all coming from me. Like, I'm hearing good things. Palace will accept 20 million installments on him, up to 60 million. We'll see on that one. If I'm right on Eze, I hope I'm right. Yeah, I don't know why and how Leeds have Leeds are conjuring up some crazy deal where it's an obligation to buy, but they're going to loan him in the first year. And don't forget, Douglas Luiz said he only wanted to go to Man City or Man United. Don't know. I don't know where that one's coming from. Rios, Forest is still keen on him. The other team showing a lot of interest is Manchester United on him. No new updates on that one, guys. Keep your questions coming in. But let's kick this off with the Jair Cunha news. Now, there's some articles, and I've been able to find ones that I can translate for you. These are reports coming out from Spain about Jair Cunha. Okay, so it says Botafogo defender Jair Cunha is of interest to Real Madrid, according to the website that follows the Merengue club Bernabeu Digital. Okay, so these are rumors. Would you take Eze? Take Eze, Andre. Eze all day long. So here's the article for you. It says Real Madrid have increased their attention for Botafogo defender Jair Cunha. By the way, I do need glasses. They're coming in a week's time, so if I'm squinting a bit, that's why. According to the Spanish website that follows the Merengue club, how do you pronounce that? Any Spanish people in the house? Bernabeu Digital, which cover the Merengues this Saturday. The report says that Jair has been considered one of the great revelations of the 2025 Club World Cup and is valued around 13 million euros. It then goes on to say Real Madrid are known for their interest in young Brazilians, and Jair is another player being watched by scout Juni Calafat. The club are reportedly looking for defenders due to the possible departures of Alaba and Rudiger. Jair is in advanced negotiations with Forest in England, but according to O Globo, the defender intends to stay at Botafogo, which could cancel the transaction with the East Midlands team in England. If the proposal from Real Madrid is a value that Botafogo and Eagle Holdings can make profit, Jair's departure will be practically inevitable. Okay, so couple of things on that. Do I believe these links to Real Madrid? No, it's not the most amazing source, if I'm being honest with you, but have they been scouting him? Yes. And this was my worry about the Club World Cup. People start to go in that shop window. People start to go shopping. They suddenly look at, Igor Jesus and like, oh, this guy scored against PSG. Oh, he's scored 2 goals already in that tournament. Oh, Jair Cunha, solid defensive game against PSG, the European champions. And now suddenly people are like, let's have a look at them. Oh, Igor Jesus already signed a pre-contract with Forest, so let's take him off. This kid defender, this doesn't look like it's completely over the line. Shall we start some rumors? Or it could be his agent trying to drum up some more interest and some more money. Now, I do believe that he doesn't want to yet join Forest. That report, I do believe. Because it could, I don't know the reasons. He maybe does really like it at Botafogo. From all the reports you hear on Botafogo, they sound like a very similar club to Forest. Very, tightly knit group. We saw that with Igor Jesus. He didn't want to leave them at the time and needed convincing, etc. It could be the same here with Jair, or he's trying to push for some more money. And if that's the case, so be it, man. I mean, I would. Who doesn't in their job? If you got an opportunity to sniff some extra cash, you go for it. So that's the story on Jair. Now, do I think Real Madrid will seriously take a kid from Brazil and chuck him straight into their first team? That's another thing. And I think the answer to that is no. They could bring him in, maybe Real Madrid loan him back out to Botafogo or something like that. That's actually the option I would go with for Forest. I don't know if you guys agree in the chat or not, but I would actually look to say, okay, you want to see out the season with Botafogo, no problem. We got Tyler Binden coming in, we got Willy Bolly on a new contract. We got Morato. We got a couple of other centre backs. We're okay until January. So we'll buy you and loan you back out to Botafogo. At least then the contract is done. Forest have secured him. They can loan him out for 6 months. Whether or not that's going to happen, we will have to wait and see. But there's definitely some things going on with that one. What are you guys saying in here? Wolfie, I told you Yildiz the other day, bro. Yeah, he scored today, didn't he? He scored today. Vlahovic is not silent now. There's still a lot of talk about him, but Vlahovic is in no rush to move. Again, Forest are linked to him and Manchester United. Forest transfer windows always start off slowly and then half a dozen signings in a week. That's Marinakis. I wish he would just pace them out and make my life a lot easier to report it all to you guys. Palmeiras player what on Rios? No change yet. No change yet, apart from Man U are very serious about him now as well. Yeah, we got what's his name, Carmo, in it, coming back as well. So we're actually okay, and that's why I said on the video the other day, if we were to buy him and loan him back out, I've got no problem with that. Oh, Petey, I'm coming onto that. I'm coming onto that. I thought that was a funny story today. That needed a short being done. So that's the story on the Brazilians. Now, what I would like more than anything, because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm getting a bit sick and tired of these three Brazilians. Not because I don't want them or don't like them, man. It's just dragging on. Igor Jesus, cool, done. We can get excited about him. These other two, like, just put up or shut up. Like, get the agreement done and move on. Now, it's a hard time to do it because they're out in America in the Club World Cup. Playing games. They're playing tomorrow against Atletico. We'll do a watch along for that one. It's at 8 p.m. so we can do a little scout watch for that. But I just kind of want, right, get him in the door. Let's move on to our next transfer target. Jolly Ollie's in the house. He goes, who aren't we linked with? We probably get someone who was linked to us, who wasn't linked to us, I think he means. I hear you, man. We're linked to literally everyone. This one, there's still, that link's still there, David. To Cambiasso. I really want him, but he's going to be expensive. Anything on Vissa? No change on Vissa. I think what you're going to see with Brentford is they're waiting one until the PSR cutoff date. Excuse me. And also, they've got to sort their manager out as well because they're rudderless at the moment, aren't they? Right, we'll come on to Barnes in just a second. Rather dibbling than Barnes. We'll come on to Barnes. I actually like Barnes. I think he's decent. Any extension news on Cho or Morgan, etc.? So there is talks that Gibbs White is having contract extension negotiations, but there's been some rumors, and only rumors, I would say, to suggest that going a little slow. Maybe he is weighing his options and what have you. There's been a few reports out on that. Again, my understanding from what I'm hearing is that no one is looking to leave Forest from like the core group, if you like. You'll see some of the fringe players go, and I've already seen Tuffalo go, probably see Dennis go, etc. So there's that going on as well. I want us to look at Johan Bakayoko, good player. By the way, bro, thank you for your help on social media. We do appreciate it. Geordies are still fascinating. Man, did you not see that picture? I only saw a glance of it. Was Elanga wearing like Semenyo's shirt or something? Has anyone seen that? I saw it doing some kind of rounds on there, and the Geordies are absolutely obsessed with it. Was that the Elanga thing that was doing the rounds the other day? It was. I was surprised. So he was wearing a Semenyo shirt. Okay, so how does, I don't get it. How did that link him to Newcastle? Does that not link him to Boring Mouth? Wasn't he in the other shirt? I don't know. I just saw it at a glance. Someone showed it to me. Yeah, I seen it. Someone in the Newcastle top. I know he's not coming, Pete. Tell your fan base that. Wait, what? So who was in that picture? Who was in that picture? Yo, just stay away from Yilmaz, Pete, right? Because I really want Yilmaz. Where do I think Forest will finish? Ask me once we've closed the transfer window. I predicted 8th last year. I was 1 out. I predicted Liverpool to win the league. I was bang on. I predicted Forest would finish ahead of Man U. Bang on. I won't tell you the ones I got wrong though. So Elanga was in Semenya's top. Okay, who was he with? Was he with someone else? Oh, Semenya was in a Newcastle shirt. Man, they're just trolling. They're just trolling these Newcastle fans. Pete, you're not getting him, bro. You're not getting him. Are you live at 8, Pete? So send me a link, Pete. WhatsApp me. I'll get the redirect done as well. All right. Okay. So this is so Semenyo was in a Newcastle top, and Elanga was in a Semenyo top. So why aren't the Boring Mouth fans doing a Newcastle and being like, "Yo, Elanga showing signs that he wants to join Boring Mouth"? We haven't covered it yet. We'll go into that in a minute, buddy. You're live at 8. All right, make sure you tuned in, Pete. Once we've finished here, we'll probably go into like 15:15. We've still got quite a bit to cover off. Okay, should we get into this whole Harvey Barnes story? I don't know, Pete. I only saw it at a glance, bro. I don't know. You Geordie boys should know all this stuff, man. You're the ones monitoring everyone's Instagrams and things. Okay, let's get into this Elanga story. Okay, and I use the word very, very loosely. Now, this is coming from Darren Whitcoop, right? And it says Newcastle ramp up Forest raid as makeweight for deal named. Can't wait for these glasses to come. So here's the story from a real reputable source as well. It's probably Pete's mate, to be honest. Okay. Newcastle United are stepping up their interest in Forest winger Anthony Elanga and are prepared to sell Harvey Barnes to make any deal happen. Sources have confirmed this to Team Talk. Barnes is seen as a possible makeweight in a deal between the two clubs, with Elanga currently valued at £50 million. Villa are also watching developments as they remain big fans of Barnes, but Newcastle offering the Englishman to Forest would bring Elanga's price down significantly. That is some fantastic maths. So by Newcastle adding Harvey Barnes into a deal, if you do the maths, that would reduce the price of Elanga. Was anyone here sitting thinking, well, no, that doesn't make sense because that should be plus Elanga's price? Actually, some of you were, because I saw the comments earlier on the short. So that's the whoa, drop the mic bombshell, right? Harvey Barnes will reduce Elanga's price. Yes, Davey boy, what are you saying? We are indeed live. We are live. We'll probably try and do these Sunday night roundups on Sunday nights, hence today. Reduce the price by 50p. Well, he is a Leicester boy, isn't he? So anyway, let's carry on with the story, because the story is really funny. With Eddie Howe keen to add pace into his tuna attack, Elanga 23 tops his wanted list after an impressive year at the City Ground, although Forest won't allow the Swede to leave without a fight. Striking journalism here. Former Manchester United winger Elanga emerged as one of Forest's key players last season, helping the club earn qualification to European football. He's bulking out his piece, despite the incentive of Europa Conference League football, or could be Europa League football. The opportunity to test himself in the Champions League will still be a pivotal factor in his decision. They're acting like Elanga has never played in the Champions League before. Oh, wait, he has. Elanga, who is also close friends with fellow countryman Alexander Isak on Tyneside, is waiting to see how any deal plays out with Brighton and Hove Albion forward João Pedro. I literally have no idea what Pedro has got to do with Elanga because they don't even play in the same positions. Pedro is wanted by Newcastle and Chelsea, but appears to favour a move to Stamford Bridge with a £60 million fee mooted. So, do they go on? Oh my God, they still go on. All right, Newcastle ready to spend. This time last year, Newcastle stuff. Okay, here we go. Team Talk revealed on the 9th of June that Newcastle are interested in both Elanga and Pedro. And 3 days later, sources confirmed to us that Newcastle are still confident that they will snare Elanga as he is keen on joining them. That's absolute crap. Okay, Elanga is not pushing for a move away from the City Ground. I will say it and say it again. So that's absolute crap. Okay, so Elanga is not sitting there just waiting, refreshing his Instagram feed to see have Newcastle made a move, has Romano said here we go on it or whatever. Absolute crap on that one. And then I think they're going to talk about some other Newcastle players. Okay, so let's bring that all together. Big up to Ben with the 4.99. He says he's bulking out his piece. Where can Tablets. He's bulking it out, man. He is bulking it out. He's bulking it out. Big up to you for 99 pause. Yeah, I just realized you were talking about what I said. Amit's saying, I feel Elanga's a superior player to Pedro. Surely I'm not the only one. I don't think Pedro's a bad player. I just think he's not a striker, and I don't think he's a winger. I think he's like a false 9-10 shadow striker kind of player. Yeah, Anderson was brilliant yesterday and scored the penalty, didn't he? Okay. Refreshing in this heat, I'll tell you that. Okay, what was I going to say? Okay, so here's the details of it. So there's some stuff in that article that is correct, and there's a lot of it that I think is utter crap, right? Firstly, Elanga doesn't want to leave Forest. He's very happy at Forest. For Elanga to leave, same as Morgan Gibbs-White, same as a Murillo, it would need a club to come in with over the price, and that Forest would then make the decision on whether or not that player is not going, because it's still up to the player, you know what I'm saying, but it's up to get to that stage. The big offer has to come first, if you know what I mean. Big up to my boy Lux, man. What you saying, bro? Sean Dyche, mate. How's Sean Dyche? Leicester again, Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche. Let's get some Dyches in the chat for Leicester, for Lux. Sorry, big up Lux. Make sure you subscribe to him. It's pretty cool today, weather-wise, Wolfie. Bro, I'm still hot, man. I'm still hot. Like, seriously. Okay, what was I saying? Okay, back to this Elanga story, right? So he wants to stay at Forest. Now, Newcastle, I don't even think Newcastle are that hell-bent on him. If I'm being honest with you, I think Newcastle have got him on a short list. Probably with Mbeumo, who's probably going to Man United, probably with Semenyo, and they've got Yilmaz now on their shortlist, right? So they do have a few players on their shortlisted, and I'm sure Eddie Howe has his preferences, into which way they should go in everything. You know, are so off-putting, man. We want Rob's Sean Dyche impression. Yeah, we'll get Locks on when Rob's on. They can do they can play act it out. Sean Dyche will bring him back up. Yeah, Sean Dyche is not a bad one. Wolfie, why do we have 0 pull? Bro, we got pull, man. We got more pull than liver no pull. You know what I'm saying? We're good. We're good. Don't worry, man. It's patience. You don't want to get rid of Elanga, who is clearly growing at rapid pace. You build on him and depth for them. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've kind of gone back and forth on Elanga. I still think he's nowhere near his potential. But I do want to see more progress from him next year. But when you kind of reflect back on what he's done this season, his stats and everything, he's been pretty good. In fact, I'd probably say he's been better than Hudson-Odoi. Big up to my man Alex with the 13 months. Love you, Alex. Thank you so much for 13 months of support. Actually, I want to ask you guys this, right? Well, you've got the poll out there. Would you swap Elanga for Harvey Barnes plus cash? 19% of you are saying yes. 69% of you are saying no. And 12% of you are saying maybe. Let me ask you this question. Who had the better season? Had the better season? No, Pete. We'll keep Elanga and we'll get Yilmaz as well. Elanga or Cho? So I'm just going to give you two options. Out of those two wingers, who do you guys think had the better season? A couple of Elanga's Swede teammates would be welcome. I don't think that. Bring me Gyökeres, Jeff. Bring me Gyökeres. I'll do that. I didn't even vote. Ludicrous poll. All right, Tommy, bro. No one's got a gun to your heads. You know what I'm saying? It's just a poll. Just a poll. Okay, so that's the Elanga story. I don't think Newcastle... Look, I think, bottom line, and before we move on to the next story, I don't actually think that Newcastle want to pay as much as Forest want for Elanga. And that's why I think it goes nowhere. Because I think Forest value it. I think Forest to get a seat at the table to discuss Elanga would be 55, 60 million minimum. And I think Newcastle would only want to pay 45 plus add-ons or something like that. That's why I don't think this gets off the ground. Now, unless Newcastle want to put that oil money on the table, it's done and it's dusted as far as I'm concerned. Okay, any questions on the Elanga stuff? So that's the latest update. Harvey Barnes. Would I take Harvey Barnes at Forest? 100% yes. Okay. I like Harvey Barnes. I think he's been very underused at Newcastle. I think that there's a very good player in him, and I would 100% take him, but not in place of Elanga. I'm talking as well as Elanga would be my stance on it. Both have had great seasons for different reasons. I think overall Cho played better, more consistently, and had some standouts. Much needed 1-0 goals, but Elanga's stats overall were better. Laurie sitting on the fence as always. What are you lot saying? I'm trying to keep up with your chat. By the way, we got nearly 500 in here. Please don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. We're on 116 likes, nearly 500 in. That's Taiwo Awani conversions rates, man. We need Chris Wood style conversion rates. So get those likes up. Should be on 200. Should be on 200. All right, what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In addition to, I think. Aaron saying, yes, agree, Wolfie, spot on with that evaluation. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I would start him on the left. Harvey Barnes can play on the left, but he kind of gets shoved out on the left. He gets shoved out on the right, sorry, because Newcastle have struggled with that position, but technically Murphy played quite well for them, in my opinion, there. What about the Belgian winger? Oh, man, you've butchered his spelling, but we are still looking at him. He's probably one that could get done. He could get done. Wolfie, the Wolfie player you flirted about last week, was it Yildiz? He had a great game. No, it wasn't, but he was very good today. It's Cambiasso, the left back. The Forest want 3 or are interested in 3 from Juventus. Cambiasso, the left back. Douglas Luiz, who I don't know what goes on in his head. And obviously Vlahovic, the striker. Those are the 3 Forest are interested in from Juve. Tesco's crap, man. Tesco's crap. You'd sooner have Murphy. Really? Wow, by the way, on the poll, 95% of you think Elanga had the better season. 5% of you think Cho did. Interesting. Yeah, that's the one, Amit. I still struggle to pronounce his name. Sail Maker. If you just put on like a little accent and people believe you know what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Sail Maker. How about getting Son? Bro, man, Son's gone, man. Son is gone. Gone. Don't want any more of Newcastle's washed up players. I hear what you're saying, Wake Up, but I don't think Harvey Barnes is washed up. He's not a freaking Shelby or anything like that. Yeah. Louis, yeah, they do, man. They do, and it sounds serious as well. Same as ever, man. Doing watch-alongs of his name will be fun. Rios, I will 100% take. Look, something to clear up to you guys, right? He has a release clause of 100 million euros, 84-ish million pounds, okay? That does not mean that's what a club's gonna pay for him. It's like, I'm trying to think of an example, and I can't think of one. There's a player like, I don't know, someone think of a player who's got I don't know, like Neymar had a transfer release clause of like, I don't know what it was. I'm making numbers up now, 500 million, okay, back when he was good. And when he went to PSG, they paid 200 million. The release clause is just something that's so like out there that if a club was to come and hit that release clause, you wouldn't care as a club because it's just like way over the value. Rios is in January when Forest were talking about getting him, the value of the deal was around 20 million pounds or euros. I can't remember which one. I think that now it would be about the same price, somewhere between 20 million and 30 million pounds. So the headline number of 100 million is his release clause, right? So that's what it is. Okay. Breaking news, Eze to Forest, here we go. Don't you steal my thunder. All right, I got a whole thing ready for receipts and everything when that one does happen. Okay, let's move on and talk about exactly this one. Fenerbahce in for Jota. So there are reports. Let me just bring that up. So, intro music. Okay. So there are reports linking Jota Silva to Fenerbahce. Let me see if this will fit. Let's do this whole read the article thing together. It's more fun. Okay. So let's just make it so you lot can see it. Oh, that's the wrong button. All right, close your eyes for a second. Let me just sort this. There we go. See this. All right, you guys ready? So these are reports that are linking Fenerbahce and Jose Mourinho to Jota Silva. So, Jose Mourinho eyes Premier League grade as Fenerbahce line up swoop for Forest star mid-spending spree. Fenerbahce are reportedly targeting Nottingham Forest as Jota Silva as Mourinho's side step up their winger search after key departures. Scroll down. Fenerbahce have expressed an interest in Forest winger Silva as manager Mourinho looks to reinforce his left flank. Turkish outlet Turkey Gazetes has claimed the Turkish club has already contacted the 25-year-old's representative with a loan-to-buy proposal being considered. Okay. Why? Because Alanson Maximum and Tadic departed. Mourinho is urgently seeking a replacement on the left wing. Silva, who joined Forest for €7 million, about £6 million, has emerged as a key target despite scoring just 4 goals in 37. He made 37 appearances last season. Are you actually serious? Didn't feel like he'd played that much. So, while Forest have yet to indicate if they'd be willing to let Silva leave, the reporter suggested that Fenerbahce's approach would involve an initial loan with an option to buy the winger next summer. The Portuguese forward is under contract until 2028, adding complexity to any potential deal for the Turkish club. Okay, so Jota Silva is a weird one for me. Because when he first arrived on the scene, I was like, you know what? There's something about this guy. I like him. He looks decent. He looks energetic. He scored that nice goal against Newcastle, wasn't it, in the League Cup? I was like, yeah, I like him. And Elanga at the time wasn't really playing that well, wasn't into a purple patch. And I'm there thinking, Jota Silva should be replacing Elanga. And then he just faded, man. And I just feel like he's got no tactical awareness on the pitch. Sometimes he's just running around chasing the ball and what have you. Confusing when you call him Cunha. In Brazil, we just know him as Jair. But if you get him, you will have a proper player on your hands. Yeah, Jair, Cunha, potato. I'll be honest with you. I would sell him, but I wouldn't do a loan with an option to buy. That for me just kicks the can down the road. How many games did he actually start? Probably about 5. Why do I say that? Because he's contracted till 2028, right? So he's still got another 3 years left on his contract. Now, if he goes there and thinks the house out, and they decide Jose's like, you know what, it wasn't good enough, I'm not buying him, then we've lost a year on his contract. Now, realistically, that helps on the PSR because it knocks it down by a year, but his valuation may go down. I would probably say his valuation is slightly up, right? I'd probably say £10 million would get a deal done with him. So if he was going to go on loan, my preference would be a loan with an obligation to buy, even if it was at £8 or £9 million. I don't think he's shown me enough throughout the course of the season to say this guy is the kind of player that if you let him have a run in the team, he's going to start cooking. I actually not even that convinced he's a winger. Maybe he's better in the middle, in the 10 or something like that. I don't know. But I'm not against him going. Now, am I in a rush to kick him out the door like a Matt Turner or something? No. Like, if he's there, I trust him enough to come on and maybe impact a game for 20 minutes. I remember when our mate Greg from Talking Reds was saying he needs to start. He needs to start. Who's asleep? Can you not hear me? Wait, what are you lot talking about? Who's asleep? Not still alive? Who's asleep? I'm confused. Am I still live? Hello? Everything says I'm live. Why you like suddenly? Have you all just agreed to stop chatting in the chat, like at the same time? That was weird. That was weird. Oh, NFFC 2000's asleep. Let him have his nap. Let him have his nap. All right, okay. All right, but how did you all just stop typing at the same time? That was weird. That was weird. That was a bit weird. Anyway, back to the business of football. I'm not in a rush to get him out. Thank you, Hussein. I appreciate it. I'm not in a rush to get him out, but I'm not against him going because I really want Yilmaz. I can't lie to you guys. Yilmaz will cook in the Premier League, and I want him. And I also want Fofana, the one from Lyon. He's going to be expensive. How have I confused you lot, man? Oh my God, man. These lives, I swear to God, man. These lives are awkward. Jota caused havoc when he played up front in the second half against Villa. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I kind of think maybe he's a false nine. Maybe. I just don't know if he's a winger. I don't know if he's a finger. We're confused. We confused you and you confused us. All right, but you're typing again. So, you know, all is good. All is good in the world. All is good in the world, right? Let's just check you are all still there because we're not on 200 likes, by the way. So hit that like. Let's see, just to test. If you haven't hit the like button, let's just check everyone's still awake. Hit that like button. Let's see if it gets over 200 likes. It's still like 450 in the house, right? Pay your taxes. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. For some reason, mine skipped back 5 minutes after an advert. You lot get an advert? Oh, YouTuber. Lethal. YouTuber. Lethal. I'm so confused. No sound for me and only the chat. Oh, by the way, right, this is so off topic because someone sent this to us on Instagram. So apparently now our videos are dubbed in foreign languages. Right, big up to you, Jobber. Right, big up to you, David, as well. So I don't know if there's people like what I know. There's some people watching like Thailand and Malaysia and stuff. Has anyone seen our videos come up like with me talking in a different language? Because as you guys know, I can speak over 12 different languages. That's not dubbed. That's really me speaking. I do all the videos in every language now. What are you talking about now, Owen? I'm just carrying on. I'm just carrying on. Exactly, Nico. Go that way. Anyway, back on to Jota Silva. I get rid. I let him stay. Let him go. Whatever. I'm not that fussed. I just want Yilmaz, and I really want Fofana. We don't mind you streaming being silent when Rob's talking. Oh, you like listening to Rob now? Listen to Rob's. All learned in your 23 years on Earth. Yeah, as you can see, 23 years old. Shout out Stu. I don't know if Stu's in the chat. He hooked me up with that. Lying toe. Bro, just look at the other videos. If you're watching from abroad, like in the Far East or in Africa or in the Middle, you'll hear me in your native language. That's how much I care about you lot. Jota can go, says Jess. My God, Jess, harsh. Okay, I know I'm not on mute because I can see the sound levels on my screen and they are bouncing up, right? You lot. Are you actually, you know, just. I'm going to do pre-recorded videos, man. I'm just going to do pre-recorded videos. BBC Sport in Brazilian dubbed in English. You lot are just. Right. Okay. That's that story done. Jota might be leaving. All right. Are we good? The other, I don't really know if you lot will care because I'll be honest with you. I can't believe Owen is part of this trolling, man. I can't believe Owen is part of this, man. Oh, hold on. I've got some breaking news for you guys. Oh, no, I haven't. That's not my mate. Hold on. There's a report coming out. Would you let Jota leave this summer? 80% of you are saying yes. Interesting. Okay, so this coming from UOL, right? On Jair Cunha. Forest insist on Jair, but sees deal with Botafogo stalled. Details about his request. The player desire an interest from other clubs. So there is some interest in some other clubs. Hold on. Let me just have a look at this. Hold on. Breaking news. I'll just just redirect to Pete so we can try now. All right, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Why are you lot like in troll mode tonight, man? Honestly, why are you lot in troll mode? Like, what have I done to upset you lot so much that you got into full troll mode? Like, what has my life come to? What has my life come to? Okay. Young defender increase. So they believe his value's gone up from the Club World Cup, and are now asking the English team to negotiate higher for Jair. They also want to listen to other offers for the players, as he is attracting new offers from new clubs. Jair is not entirely convinced about a transfer at this point. His quick identification of the Rio team and uncertainty about the move to Nottingham are factors that have emerged in recent days. Okay, then. So it's sounding more and more like he's not convinced to come to Forest, right? I'll go through the reports, and we'll probably have to do another Jair Cunha video tomorrow for you lot to give you there. Breaking news: Jesse Lingard to Forest. Here we go. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. PSG to blame. Yeah, in a way, do you lot just want Botafogo to go out now, lose to Atletico tomorrow, so that people can stop watching him? Bidding war, here we come. FFS says Martin. That is why I was really pleased what we did with Igor Jesus. Got that tied up before anyone could start a bidding war. And now Jair, he's had a good game against PSG, and crazy. Aaron says, loving the additions to your background. Thank you, mate. We're not finished yet. I got a nice, you don't keep going on about my Forest sign, right? I've got a new one coming, a better one, hopefully coming, and that will go there. Hold on, I can't show you my hands there, right? And I'm gonna have to do a watch along with this scene now tomorrow as well. So we'll be doing, I'm gonna use you lot as guinea pigs tomorrow on the watch along. And there's one or two other, Evan, don't start that, right? Don't start that. You've lost all interest with Jair. I still want him, man. I think there's a top-notch player there. Top-notch player. They beat Atleti. If they do, then Jair is going up another 10 mil. Okay, so those are the main headlines and a kind of roundup of all the Forest transfer news. No real new exciting names as of yet, right? So I thought I'd give you a quick round-off show. What we need to do now, though, guys, which is really important that we do, is go and troll Pete and Daz and Chris and tell them that what should we say to them? Should we be like, why would Elanga take a step backwards or something? I don't know. Or should we be nice? Do you guys want to troll them, or do you want to be alliancey? It's up to you. Don't tell them. All right, go on then. Do that. Tell them they're on mute. Tell them they're on mute. Okay, I'm gonna send you over to the boys at Loaded Mag. Of course, you lot want to troll. That really surprised me. By the way, do me a quick favor as well. If you're on Instagram, we're up to like 2.5K on there. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. The link for it, one of the mods will put it in, ! Insta or something like that, brings it up. Make sure you join the WhatsApp group. That's gone crazy there. There's already like 1.6K of you in there, ! WhatsApp. Make sure you're following us on Twitter or X or whatever it's called. And on TikTok, loads of videos on TikTok as well. ! And then the one you want to follow us on. Okay, so go sort us out. Go check us out on those platforms. Discord as well. We're going to get that moving, having loads of fun conversations on there. Wherever you guys want, you'll find our ugly faces there. Okay, so I'm going to send you across to the Loaded Mad Boys. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. Just type in the chat when you get their mute. Okay, it's just going to drive him crazy. We'll see you on tomorrow's video. Come on, you Reds.